All right, so we have our game board set up for Pathogenesis. I'm going to show you how to play one hand. So on your hand, you should have 5 cards in your hand on your turn. The rest of your deck, remember, is sort of set down right over here, getting ready to use. So on your 5 hands, notice that each of your cards has what we call genetic value. So it's a little symbol of DNA and it has a number. So that can be used like currency to buy different things in the game. So our goal in this first phase of playing Pathogenesis is to get through all of these different barrier cards and then attack all the body systems with these attack counters. So let's turn over the first barrier cards. So we have to attack the keratinized cells of the epidermis for the tissue barrier, and we have to attack the cilia escalator mucus in the respiratory thing. Once we attack this card, it then gets put back into the box. We attack the next card, and once all the cards are attacked, we then start to take out of this petri dish. So on my first hand, I'm going to use my opportunistic pathogen because it has 2 attack, which is up here in our red triangle. So I'm going to go ahead and play this pathogen down on the table. So you can kind of see it just sits right there. And that pathogen then is going to attack the body system that I choose. Now the rest of these cards I'm going to use for genetic value. So I am going to buy 2 tissue pathogens. So a tissue pathogen costs 2 genetic value. So I'm going to take my 2 payment cards. Basically these 2 cards are going to buy this card. I'm going to put all 3 of these into a discard pile on my deck. So right next to my deck, I'm going to have a discard pile here. I can't use that card I just bought until the next round. That's an important feature of this deck building game. Okay, so I have 2 cards left in my deck, so I could use the features that they have, so I could remove all the immune system tokens, but right now in the game we're not using the immune system. Or I could discard 2 cards from your hand to kill any pathogen. So I'm not going to use the actual features of these cards. I'm going to use these again for their genetic value. So I have 2 genetic value here. So I'm going to buy phospholipase C. So that costs 2 genetic value. So again, I'm going to put the payment cards and the card I just purchased in my discard pile. And I have 1 pathogen that I've played on the table, and it has attack 2. So I cannot attack the tissue barrier card because it has a defense of 3, but I can attack the ciliary escalator mucus because it has a defense of 2. So I'm going to attack this card. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of it from the game, open the next card, and that will end my turn. I'm going to take my draw pile and I'm going to draw back up to 5. And that'll be my new hand, and it's the next turn for the next player. In his hand, he is going to use some of his genetic value to purchase toxin. So if you've bought something from the gene pool cards, make sure you put another card out so that there's always 5 cards available. So what is he going to buy? He's going to use 2 of his genetic values to buy a tissue pathogen. So he's going to put both of those into his discard pile. All right. He's going to he's going to attack the body with 2 of his pathogens, so he's going to lay those down. And that's 4 attack. So which body system is he going to attack? So he's going to attack the ciliary escalator. So it had a defense of 3, and he had 2 pathogens down that attacked 4. So we can go ahead and get rid of this card. We turn the next one over. And he has 1 card left in his hand that isn't going to be used for anything in this round. So he'll just draw back up to 5 from his draw pile over here. And that will be the end of his turn. So you go back and forth. At first you want to spend a lot of time purchasing pathogens and these gene code genetic pool cards so that you can build better and better pathogens. Once you've laid a pathogen down, so he has 2 opportunistic pathogens over there. Once you've laid them down, they'll attack in this phase of the game. They'll attack every time. So he'll have 4 attack no matter what he does. So the next round he could attack the cilia escalator that's 2, and he could attack the next card that's also 2, and both of those cards would be gone. You can decide as a team whether you want to destroy both petri dishes and count that as a win and see how long it takes you, or to divide up the teams and have one team attack the blue system and one attack the pink system. It's up to you guys how you play it. What I want you guys to think about while you play this game are what are these different pathogenic features that the bacteria can have How do the bacteria gain new traits, like things like phospholipase C or different toxins, to become more pathogenic and cause more damage to our body systems?